What's going on, ladies and gentlemen, beautiful fight fans across the world? And in this video, I'm gonna be breaking down who's the lightweight GOAT, who's the GOAT of the 155-pound division in the UFC. And there's no competition between these. It's either one of these guys, man. It's either Islam Makhachev, bring me Brock Lesnar, Makhachev, or Khabib the Eagle Nurmagomedov, man. It's either one of these guys, and we're gonna be breaking down who it is. And then at the end of the video, I'm gonna tell you who it is in my personal opinion. Okay, let's get straight into their stats, though. First, we're gonna start off with Khabib the Eagle Nurmagomedov, man. Everybody, all the Dagestani fans are like, the GOAT of the UFC, the GOAT, he's undefeated, man. Okay, whatever. I don't want to talk about that. Whatever. But 29-0, never been defeated before. Kind of insane, but only 13 UFC wins. Okay, so those are the wins I care about. I don't care about the guys you beat before that are 2-2, that are like 2-20. Like, I dropped a video on that before. I'll put a link right now. You can see Khabib's record before the UFC. It is a little sussy-wussy. That's one of the cons I put for bro. But 8 TKOs. Sorry. 11 submissions. 4 title wins, man. Him and Islam are both at 4 title wins. His best wins are against Dustin Poirier. That's his best win. Justin Gaethje, second best win. Conor McGregor, third best win. RDA, Edson Barboza. After Conor McGregor, it kind of falls off after that. RDA, Edson Barboza, Michael Johnson, Al Iaquinta. He won the belt off Al Iaquinta, guys. That's what's really weighing Khabib down. His con is that he left too early, man. He could have stayed in the UFC longer, built out, carved out like a little bit more in the lightweight division. Separated himself from everybody else, separated himself so nobody could even come close to his record. He could have went 30-0 at least. That would have separated him a lot. He could have defended against Tony Ferguson. Everybody thinks Tony Ferguson would have won that fight, but if he went out there, defeated Tony Ferguson, he's the lightweight GOAT by far. But it's just that he left too early, man. He's undefeated. You can't say anything about his record. You can about his wins before the UFC. He has 13 UFC wins. Most of them are finishes. A lot of decisions, though. Also, a lot of decisions of him just like wearing guys down. Okay, but also he is the most dominant UFC fighter of all time. If you compare how many rounds he won to how many rounds he lost, it's a really crazy, probably the craziest record. I can't count it up now because it would just be too brain numbing to count all those rounds. But he's definitely the most dominant UFC fighter. Never bled in the cage, which is insane. He never had to drop a blood in the UFC cage, which is crazy. What other fighter can you say that about? You can't even say that about John Jones. You can't say that about GSP. You can't say that about Anderson Silva. Khabib is just like that, man. But his problem is he left too early, man. He put his gloves down too early. He didn't separate himself far enough from the competition. Because some people will be like, oh my god, BJ Penn is a GOAT of lightweight division. What are you talking about, bro? Get your old head. Okay, I'm not even going to get into that. Just get out of here, you grandpa. But let's get into Islam Makhachev's record, man. Islam Makhachev, 26-1. He has 1 loss. He's not undefeated like Khabib. He has 5 TKOs, 12 submissions, 15 UFC wins. He has 2 more UFC wins than Khabib. He has 4 title wins just like Khabib. But those separate him from Khabib regardless. He has 15 UFC wins. That separates him. His 1 loss, that's what's weighing him down just a little bit. But it was in the beginning. It was his second UFC fight, man. He lost. He just got hit by 1 punch, got knocked out. What are you going to do about that? He just got unlucky. It was early in his UFC career. Right now, he's on like a 13-14 fight win streak. His best wins, man. He did not win the belt off Al Iaquinta. He won the belt off Charles Oliveira, man. Like that, Charles Oliveira is a contender for lightweight GOAT also. He is a contender because he beat all the guys Khabib beat, but faster, except for Conor McGregor. He beat all the guys. He beat Justin Gaethje, he beat Michael Chandler, he beat Dustin Poirier. He did it all faster, man. But he beat Volk 2 times. Even though the cons I put very close fights. The first Volk fight was very close. Some judges could give that to Volkanovski, but the second Volk fight, he knocked him out in the first round, man, with a head kick. Is Khabib doing that to anybody? No. The Dustin Poirier win, it was a much tougher fight than Khabib, but I feel like Islam fought a much tougher version than Khabib fought because Dustin Poirier was seasoned at that time. Even though he's a lot older, I think it's a harder version of Dustin Poirier. And you can see that Islam has staff. He wasn't the most strong fighter we always seen. That's why it's a little sussy-wussy win. And Arman Tsarukyan. The Arman Tsarukyan win, that was early in his UFC career too, but it's aging very well, because Arman Tsarukyan just got a win over Beneil Dariush and Charles Oliveira. So Arman Tsarukyan's building a name for himself in the lightweight division, and that's probably his next bout in the lightweight division. If Islam goes out there, defeats Arman Tsarukyan again, I feel like he will. I'm predicting that Islam will knock out Arman Tsarukyan. I think that Islam Makhachev is undisputedly the lightweight GOAT, but his cons are he's not as dominant as Khabib. His grappling is not as dominant as Khabib, even though his grappling is very high level. S-tier grappling in the UFC. It's just not as dominant as Khabib, man. And he's not undefeated. He did get that one loss. Even though it was early in his UFC career, we still have to take into account that he did lose, and it was in the UFC. Those are his cons, man. But who do I personally think is better, man? Who do I think is better? I think it's Islam. Even though they're tied right now for title wins, Khabib just left too early, man. Islam has look at Khabib's best wins over here. Dustin Poirier, Islam has that win. Justin Gaethje, Justin Gaethje, 0 grappling brother, 0 wrestling brother. Conor McGregor, 0 grappling brother, 0 wrestling brother. RDA, Edson Barboza. Those are like, it's a good wins. The RDA, he's like one of the most overrated champions of all time. Edson Barboza, he's a good UFC fighter. But that's the equivalent of getting, like, I don't know, who does Islam have? I can't even compare that to Drew Dober, Bobby Green, Dan Hooker. Maybe that's like his Dan Hooker win right there, Edson Barboza. I don't know. Edson Barboza is better than all those guys in my opinion, but come on, man. I think, look, he won the belt off Charles Oliveira. He did not win the belt off Al Iaquinta, man. And he finished Charles Oliveira. He finished Volkanovski. He finished Dustin Poirier. The Arman Tsarukyan win, very good win. It's aging very well. I think that Islam has separated. Like, if Islam goes out there, beats Arman Tsarukyan, it's not even a debate anymore. But I think right now, even right now, without the Arman Tsarukyan second win, I think has a better resume than Khabib already. 15 UFC wins, 4 title wins. Like, he's finishing all these guys. He finished Bobby Green. He finished Drew Dober. He finished Dan Hooker. He finished Charles Oliveira. He finished Volkanovski. He finished Dustin Poirier. You gotta give Islam his flowers, man. You gotta give him his flowers. Even though he doesn't have the second win, I already think he has a better resume than Khabib. Let me know in the comments if you guys agree with my choice. If you think Khabib is better, put it in the comments. Put down why in the comments you think Khabib is better. Just go back to my other video and watch Khabib's wins before the UFC. Even though Islam's wins are a little sussy-wussy too, but not as sussy as Khabib's, though. Not as sussy as Khabib's. And more of Islam's wins, more of his wins are coming from the UFC. A bigger percentage of his wins are coming from the UFC. So you also have to take that into account, even though he does have that one loss. But let me know what you think in the comments. Leave a like in the video. It helps the videos a lot. 100 more people will probably see the video if you leave a like. Just think of it that way. It will really help me out. If you like this video, please bless it up. I really appreciate it. Please subscribe for videos every day, man. Turn on your notifications. I'm dropping videos every day just like this. So if you like content like this, sub to my channel because I'll drop a video for you like this every single day, man. But regardless, oh my God, I brought back the old phrase. I can't say that no more. It doesn't make any sense. But thank you all for tuning into this video. And I'll see you in the next one, man.